Hi, thank you for coming back. In today's video, I'm going to talk about geometric sequences for grade 12. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you do hit the subscribe button, enable the notification bell so that you can be the first one to see my videos whenever I do upload them. Without any further waste of time, let's get cracking. In simple terms, what is a geometric sequence? A geometric sequence is a sequence in which R, meaning the ratio, is common throughout, right? So let's use an example. Let's say you have T1, T2, T3, T4, right? This is your sequence. It's a geometric sequence, right? So how do you actually get the value of R? R is T2, so T2 divided by T1, okay? Or T3, T3 divided by T2, or T4, T4 divided by T3, right, etc. And after defining that our sequence is a geometric sequence, what you need to know, or what stays true, is that A is always the first term, right? So meaning A is your first term. Let's use some examples to further explain geometric sequences. Example number 1. Find the sixth term of the sequence 2, 6, 18, etc. Right? Now, the first thing, let's say in this case, you already know that this is a geometric sequence, right? So you put down your general nth term equation, right? Which is Tn equals to a r raised to n minus 1, close bracket. Okay. What do we need to calculate, right? We need to determine the value of R, all right? So R, which is the ratio, will be term 2 divided by term 1, which is 6 divided by 2, or you can say R is 18 divided by 6. 18 divided by 6, right? What do you get? So this is 3, and this is 3, right? These two are common, all right? Therefore, we know that our sequence, that sequence is indeed a geometric sequence, right? What is the other thing that we know if we get a common ratio? A is always the first term. Therefore, the first term here is 2, which means A is equals to 2. Our general nth term will be Tn equals to A, which is 2, therefore R, which is 3, right? And minus 1, okay? So that is our general nth term. Now the question says, find the sixth term of the sequence, right? So we already have that general nth term, right? So T6, what do we know? If we have T6, we know that n is equals to 6, okay? So therefore T6 will be 2. We already know this value, or the general nth term of a geometric sequence we are dealing with. We know the value of R, right? Now for a T6, we know n is equals to 6, which is 6 minus 1, okay? So this will be 2, 3, 5, and you'll get 4, 8, 6 as your answer. Let's move to the next one. All right. Which term of the sequence 20 minus 4, 4 over 5, etc. is equal to 4 over 125? We know that this is a geometric sequence, right? So the first thing that we'll do is calculate the value of r, the ratio. So that will be minus 4 divided by 20, or r can be 4 over 5 divided by minus 4, right? So what do we get here? So we're going to get 1 over 5. And then what do we get here? So this is going to be 4 over 5 multiplied by 1 over minus 4. 4 cancel each other. Therefore, we will be left with 1 over 5 minus 1 over 5, right? So these two are common. Therefore, indeed, the sequence is a geometric sequence, right? Because of these two are common. They are the same. Now, from the general nth term of your geometric sequence, we already know the value of r, right? Now, remember, after establishing that your sequence is a geometric, now you know something to be true. A is always the first term, or equals to the first term, right? Therefore, A, this is the first term of this sequence. Therefore, A is equals to 20. Therefore, Tn, our general nth term, is equals to A, which is 20. 20, R is minus 1 over 5, N minus 1. So this is our general nth term, right? Now, so when the question says which term, right, they're actually trying to tell you to determine the value of n. Because if you have t, right, you do not know if this is T2 or T3 or T4. But as soon as you define the value of n, right, therefore you will know if it's T1 or if it's T2, etc. Yeah, do you get that? So which term of the sequence 20 minus 4 over 5 is equals to 4 over 125? This simply means if you have Tn of 4 over 125, 4 over 125, right? So you know your general nth term, right? Therefore, calculate the value of n, right? What do we know? So you divide both sides by 20. What you'll get is 1 over 625. This side I'm still having 1 minus 1 over 5 and minus 1. All right. So 625 can be written as 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, right? Which is 54. Because the bases are the same, you add the exponents, right? So what I'll do is continue and rewrite 625 as 54, right? The idea here is to make sure that I have the same base so that I can equate the exponents, right? Going to rewrite that. So it's minus 1 over 5 and minus 1. Let's continue. So we are continuing there. When you refer to exponent laws, 1 over a, right, n can be written as 1 over a n. Okay? Therefore, 1 over 5 exponent 4, right, can be written as 1 over 5 exponent 4. Therefore, this will be n minus 1. Okay. Now, the laws of exponents say when you have two bases that are exactly the same, then you equate the exponents, right? So I've got this base, which is 1 over 5. And the other base is minus, right? So that is the difference. Minus 1 over 5. These two bases are not the same, right? So therefore, I cannot equate the exponents, right? So remember, I'm going to use an example. Say you have 2 minus 2 raised to exponent 2, right? So this is the same as minus 2 minus 2, right? So negative times negative, positive, 2 times 2, which will give you a 4, right? So the exponent, the exponent, the exponent is an even number, all right? That is why I always get a positive value, right? So let's use the same example and change the exponent to be an odd number. So if I have minus 2 raised to the power 3, right? This means that will give me minus 8. All right? So what we know here as well is that the exponent is an odd number, right? So that is why you have a negative 8 there. The conclusion is that if you have a number with a negative raised to an even number exponent, your answer will always be a positive, right? And therefore, if you have a number, a negative number raised to an odd exponent, your answer will be a negative answer, right? In this case, if I introduce a negative, right, that negative will not change this expression. Why? Because the exponent is an odd number, right? Meaning minus 1 over 5, 4 is the same as 1 over 5, 4, right? See, this one does not have a negative. These two are exactly the same, right? The answer that you'll get if you put this into your calculator should be the same as what you'll get here, right? Because of you'll get a positive answer because the exponent is actually an even number, right? Let's continue. Let's rewrite. Okay, so we did rewrite 1 over 5 as minus 1 over 5 because they are actually the same, right? Now we achieved the bases to be the same. Therefore, you equate the exponents, right? Which will be 4 equals to n minus 1. Therefore, n equals to 5. So you take that to the other side, it's 4 plus 1, which is 5, right? Back to the question, t 5, because n is 5, is equals to 4 over 125, right? Let's move to the next question. All right, example number 3. Determine the geometric sequence if the second term is 1 over 9, and the sixth term is 1 over 729, right? What do we know? This is a geometric sequence, okay? From the question, we know that the second term, which is T2, is 1 over 9, right? And then what else do we know? We know that T6, sixth term, which is T6, is equals to 1 over 729, right? What else do you know? You know that n is equals to 2, right? And then when you have T6, you know that n is equals to 6. What we can do from these two equations, we can use this, right, to determine our two equations, and we can solve them simultaneously, right? Let's go for it. We know that T2, which is 1 over 9, so I'm going to have 1 over 9 here, right? I do not know the value of A, which I'll say A, and I don't know the value of R, where I'll say R, right? What do I know? I know if it's a T2, n equals to 2, right? So that will be 2 minus 1. So this will be 1 over 9 A R 2 minus 1, so it's equals to 1. So this is my first equation. The second equation is when T6 is equals to 1 over 729, 1 over 729, right? I don't know the value of A and R. I'm going to put them as they are. And therefore, I know the value of N, right? The value of N is equals to 6. That's 1, right? So 1 over 729 is equals to A 5. This will be my second equation. I have the exact same order where I have a number and a number, alphabet, or variable, exactly the same, right? So I can say equation 2 divided by equation 1. That way I'll be able to cancel this variable and I'll only be left with one variable, right? That's how I'm going to solve it simultaneously, right? So equation 2 divided by equation 1, right? So equation 2, I have 1 over 729, right, divide by equation 1. So 1 over 9. 1 over 9. Equal sign, equal sign. So equation 2, on the other side, I have AR raised to exponent 5. AR raised to exponent 5. And then for equation 1, divide is that one. I have AR, just AR. So if you put this into your calculator, what you'll get is 1 over 81. So A will cancel out A, therefore you'll be left with R raised to 5 minus 1, which is equals to R4. Okay? Therefore, R will be plus minus 1 over 3. Square root of 4 both sides. Therefore, you get plus minus 1 over 3, right? Meaning R is either positive 1 over 3 or R is negative 1 over 3. This will be your third equation. To get the value of A, right, you're going to sub equation 3 into equation 1, right? Equation 1 is very simple. That's why I chose equation 1, right? So for R as a positive, right, and then 4r as a negative. From equation 1, right, I have 1 over 9. A, r, I'll have 1 over 3 is a positive, right? Therefore, a will be, because I'm going to multiply both sides by positive 3, right? So that will give me 1 over 3. So when r is negative, right, so you still use equation 1, 1 over 9 equals to a, and then minus 1 over 3, which is the value of r. Therefore, a will be negative 1 over 3. So what do we know from the previous slide? We know that positive a, positive r, which is 1 over 3, gave us positive a, which was 1 over 3. Therefore, negative r, which was minus 1 over 3, gave us a negative value of a. So Tn will be, value of a will be 1 over 3, 1 over 3, and minus 1. Let's go back to the question. The question says, determine the geometric sequence, right? So we do have the general nth equation, right? So let's calculate the geometric sequence. T1, where n is close to 1, right, will be that 1 over 3 to 1 over 3. So n will be 1 minus 1. So this will be 1 over 3. So this is my T1. T2, 1 over 3, 1 over 3. Then the value will be 1 over 9. T3 will be 1 over 3, 1 over 3, 3 minus 1. Then the value will be 1 over 27. Therefore, the sequence will be 1 over 3, 1 over 9, 1 over 27, etc. So this is the first one. Or, there's a big or here, right? When you have a negative values, right? So you do the same thing. The nth term, general nth term, in this case, it's going to be negative 1 minus 3, negative 1 minus 3, and minus 1. All right, so this is a general nth term. So for a T1, what do we know? We know that this will be 1 minus 1. Okay, then the answer will be minus 1 over 3. That is the T1. T2. T2 will be minus 1 over 3, minus 1 over 3, 2 minus 1, which is positive 1 over 9. Therefore, let's go to T3. Minus 1 over 3, minus 1 over 3. Then 3, meaning n is equal to 3, minus 1. So this will be negative 1 over 27. Your sequence is now minus 1 over 3, positive 1 over 9, minus 1 over 27. Okay, let's move to the next one. Example number 4 says, given that T4 is x minus 4, T5 is x plus 2, and T6 is 3x plus 1. Something to keep in mind. These are consecutive terms, right? So it's like T4, T5, T6. Okay, so that is what you must know. Therefore, right, the ratio, right, T5 divided by T4, T6 divided by T5, right, gives you the ratio, right? So this is what I am going to use to determine the value of x. Okay, solution for A, I'm going to use the T5, right? T5, which is x plus 2 divided by T4, which is x minus 4, right? T6, which is 3x plus 1. Then T5, which is x plus 2. Okay, so cross multiply x plus 2, x plus 2, 3x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 4. Okay, so this simplified will give you x squared plus 4x plus 4, right? And then this simplified will give you 3x squared minus 11x minus 4. Okay, and then take everything to the other side, right? You'll have 3x squared minus x2, that, right? 11x, that to the other side will be minus 4x. Then you have minus 4, then 4 to the other side will be minus 4. All right, so grouping like terms, this will give you 2x squared. This will be minus 15x minus 8. Okay, so this simplified will be 2x plus 1 x minus 8 equals to 0, right? Let's continue. 2x plus 1 equals to 0, or x minus 8 equals to 0. Okay, so this with 2x minus 1, x is equals to minus 1 over 2, or x is equals to positive 8. So the second part of the question says determine the sequence, right? So we know from the previous slide that x is equals to minus 1 over 2, or x is equals to 8, right? So what I'll do is determine the sequence where x is equals to minus 2 first, right? So we know that Tn is equals to AR n minus 1. This is your general nth term, right? So I'm going to say T4, which is x minus 4, T5 is equals to x plus 2, and then T6 3x plus 1. All right. So for x is equals to minus 1 over 2, right? So T4, if x is minus 1 over 2, T4 will be minus 1 over 2 minus 4, right? This will give me minus 9 over 2. Okay. Therefore, x plus 2, x is minus 1 over 4, 1 over 2. T5 will therefore be 3 over 2. The last one, so we are defining the terms, right? T1, T2, T4, T5, T6. 3 minus 1 over 2 plus 1. Okay, so this is minus 1 over 2. Okay, so we'll do the same for x is equals to 8 and then determine the sequence, right? Therefore, we know that T5 divided by T4, right, will give me the value of the ratio, right? So T5 is 3 over 2 divided by minus 9 over 2, which will give me minus 1 over 3. So now I know the value of R, right? So let's calculate the value of A, right? So let's use T6 because this value is easy to work with. Let's say for T6, which is minus 1 over 2, we do not know the value of A. We do not know the value of A. Okay. We know the value of R, which is minus 3, or minus 1 over 3. Therefore, we know the value of N, which is 6, which is 6 minus 1. Okay. So 1 minus 2, this is A, minus 1 over 3, 5, right? So if you divide by both sides by minus 1 over 3, all raised to 5, A will be 2, 4, 3 over 2. All right. Therefore, general nth term will be 2, 4, 3 over 2. Right. This is your A. And then R is minus 1 over 3 and minus 1. Okay. So if you want term 1 will be 2, 4, 3 over 2 minus 1 over 3. So 1. Okay. So term 1 will be 2, 4, 3 over 2. This is term 1. Term 2, same thing. 2, 4, 3 over 2. So where you see n, you put 2. Okay. Therefore, the answer will be minus 81 over 2. Term 3 will be 243 divided by 2 3 minus 1, and the answer will be 27 divided by 2. Therefore, the sequence will be 2, 4, 3 divided by 2 minus 8, 1 divided by 2, 27 divided by 2, etc. Alright, this is 4x equals 2 minus 1. Alright, so let's do the same thing for x equals to 8. So if x is equals to 8, what do we know? Term 4, term 5, term 6, right? We know that term 4 is x minus 4, term 5, x plus 2, and then term 6, 3x plus 2. So you just substitute 8, the value of x, minus 4, gives you positive 4, 8 plus 2, which gives you 10, and therefore 3, 8 plus 2, which will give you 25. Okay? So we have defined term 4, term 5, term 6, right? Therefore, we know R is term 5 over term 4, which will be 10 over 4, or R is term 6 over term 5, which will be 25 over 10. See, this will give me 5 over 2, and this will give me 5 over 2 as well. So these are the same or common. Therefore, I'm going to go ahead and calculate the value of A, right? So I'm going to use term 6 or term 5 or term 6 or term 4. Let's go with term 6, right? 25. So if you have term 6, which is 25, right? What do you know? You don't know the value of A, but you know the value of R, which is 5 over 2, right? So since it's term 6, right, we know that N is equals to 6. So this, if you divide both sides by 5 over 2, all raised to 5, right? The answer that you'll get there for a value of A will be 32 divided by 125. Okay, so we have determined the value of A. Therefore, nth term will be 32 divided by 125. What is the value of R? 5 over 2 and minus 1. Okay, we know that part, right? Now let's calculate term 1, term 2, term 3. Term 1 will be 32, 125. 5 over 2, term 1. Okay, so this will be 32, 125. This is the first term. Term 2 will be the same, 32, 125. 5 over 2. The value of n is 2, which will give me 16 over 25. Term 3 32, 125, 5 over 2, 3 minus 1, which will give me 8 over 5. If you punch this in a calculator. Therefore, the sequence will be 32, 125, 16, 25, 8, 5. All right. Thank you for watching up until this far. Please don't forget to like this video. When you do like this video, other people or students will be able to see this video and they'll be able to get their help that they need. And the channel will also be growing. Thank you. See you in the next video.